Show you a look with the Morphe palette? Absolutely. I can't be the only one that hasn't purchased a Morphe palette in forever, but this new collection that they have was gorgeous, specifically because the middle tone in these palettes have a beautiful metallic. The Rose to Fame palette, and it's all rose tones. Like, how stunning. We're just gonna do a really pretty smoky eye with this. Using a fluffy crease brush, I'm just gonna dip into this shade right here. This one is called Spoiler Alert. I'm just gonna kind of press where I'm gonna need most of that pigment, and then we are just gonna blend the rest of it out in this area. That palette just screams like bridal, like especially if you're like a girly doing your own makeup, like for your wedding, like this would be one that I would pick up. And I like to blend out this way. So then it'll look just something like that. You're just building the definition slowly. Using a smaller dense crease brush, I'm just gonna dip into this shade in here called Trust Fund Issues. I'm just gonna pack this into my outer corner, so like this. And then I am just going to blend this out just in this outer portion here, so not as far as that first crease color. Depending on the look I'm doing, I always start off with the lighter colors and then add the dark. I just feel like that works out best for me, but I've done both. So you could probably even just do this tutorial like in reverse. This is with those two shades, so you see how we're slowly building that dimension, and even by itself, like this is like a really pretty, like effortless smoky eye, just with two shades. But we're gonna deepen it up, so I'm using this shade here. This is called Aristocratic Aura. It's a mouthful, but that shade is like a really pretty warmer brown tone. Using that same smaller dense crease brush, we're just gonna pack this here. And I'm just pressing it. So wherever you press your shadows is where it's gonna have most of that pigment payoff. And then after you get that placement done, you can take that same brush and then you just blend it out. This is with those three shades blended out already. So you already see we have the smoky eye look here. Now we're gonna go on to the lid. So in this palette, that really gorgeous metallic tone is called Rose to Fame, and we're just going to use our finger for it. Like, how stunning is that shade? I always used to say that this is like a keyhole because I do my crease colors first. Like this little bit of area that doesn't have a shadow is gonna be where you're gonna place it. So I'm just gonna use my finger and just press this shade on. And then as I'm pressing it on, I can see it actually has like a little glitter reflex to it. Because we need a little bit more intensity, I'm going to take a little bit of setting spray on a different brush and just coat it so it's wet. And we are going to use that same shadow with a wet brush just to intensify that color. This trick just makes it into like a cream shadow, so you'll get more pigment. And because it has setting spray to it, you'll get an extra like longevity with it. The more you know. Press it in. Intensified it that little bit. And then for this look, I'm not gonna do a liner. I know, weird, but I'm just gonna do my lashes. So let me put on mascara and lashes and then we'll come back in. Now that we have the complexion done, we're gonna do the bottom of the eye. So I'm going to use those two crease colors that I used in the beginning and just work this on the bottom lash line. And I bring that all the way in. And then if you love a more blown out smoky eye, I like to just kind of pull that color down, and you can go as far as you want. I usually go to where my little lines are here, just kind of to diffuse them. And then taking that dark shade here called Aristocratic Aura, I'm gonna just focus this on the outer portion of the eye right here and connect it into smoky eye. So it looks something like this. And there's this really pretty shade here called Nepo Beige. That shade is stunning. We are gonna use that as an inner corner highlight. So I'm just gonna take a smaller brush and just place this in the inner corner here. It's gorgeous, that like pops. And you can even bring this in farther here. This is the look. Super pretty. I love the tones. It's definitely giving bridal, but like you could play this look up in so many different ways. I really like these palettes.